Hey guys, it's Craig. 2020 is wrapping up, and in this video, I'm going to cover some of the new Echo and Alexa features and updates, along with some of the updates I may have missed or not covered over the past year. Let's take a look. Now, this isn't a full-on tutorial video, but rather look at some of these features and updates to show you what is out there. I will go into more depth on some of them because I feel like they need more attention than just this video, but it shows you what's out there. It shows you what you could look into and learn more about. So let's start off with the update to the Samuel L. Jackson voice. Last year, Amazon announced that you could get Samuel L. Jackson to be the voice of your Echo. The idea is instead of asking Alexa to do something, you would ask Samuel L. Jackson to do it instead. And with most responses, you get them back in Samuel L. Jackson's voice. Now, this sounds like a fun idea and is humorous for a couple of minutes, but the fun wears off quickly because each request required saying, Alexa, ask Samuel to do blank. That's clunky. Why do you want to talk to Alexa to ask Samuel to do something? But that's all been fixed. You can now say, hey, Samuel, what time is it?
The time is 6:18 p.m.
Hey Samuel, what's the weather today?
If you look outside, you might actually see something. Currently, in Agora Hills, it's 55 degrees.
Hey Samuel, tell me a joke.
Want to know how I eat a Star Wars cake? I use the forks.
Okay, now before you can use it, you do have to enable it on each of the devices because Samuel Jackson's language can get colorful. So it doesn't enable it across all your devices, only the specific ones you want. Alexa, enable Samuel L. Jackson.
By the way, to wake me up, you can use my custom wake word. Hey Samuel. So, do you want me to set that up for you on this device?
Yes.
Well, okie dokie. You're all set. It might take us a minute to set some stuff up.
Yeah. We'll be here if you need us. Just say, Alexa.
Or, hey Samuel. Oh, and if you want to speak to me on your other devices, just ask Alexa to enable Hey Samuel from each one where you want that to work.
There you go. That's how it works. I do think this is a much better approach, and I am curious to see what other celebrity voices may come out. Next is custom commands. Custom commands has to be one of the coolest features that opens up pretty much anything being triggered with the routine. Custom commands allows you to type in any request that you would normally make with your voice. This really comes in handy with smart devices. Like for example, I bought a Roomba recently, and I enabled the Roomba skill. And with the Roomba skill, you have all these different options of commands that you can issue. If you have a Roomba that has the mapping, you can ask for specific rooms to be vacuumed, which is cool to be able to do all that with your voice. But if you go into routines and you look under actions for smart home and you select the Roomba, there's only an on and off option. You can't do all the great stuff that's capable, but I could get around those limitations by entering the commands that I would ask for. The ability to trigger really anything within a routine is really cool and something I need to go into more detail about. Custom commands open up so many possibilities. It really comes down to your imagination on how useful they can be. Let me know in the comment section if you're doing some cool stuff using the custom commands. This next feature is great with everybody working from home and doing school from home. It's being able to use an Echo Show for Zoom meetings. And the way this works is either you can enter a meeting using the screen, which here's how that works. If you have a meeting ID and a meeting password, you can say, Alexa, join Zoom meeting.
There is no meeting on the calendar. What is your Zoom meeting ID?
Then you give it the information that you need to join that meeting. You can also open it by saying, Alexa, open Zoom.
Here's Zoom.
And then you give it permission to use your video, your camera, record audio, all of that. Launching this gives you more control so you could sign into your Zoom account, start a meeting, join an existing meeting, or use Whiteboard. If you go to sign in, you would go to zoom.us/pair and then pair this device to your Zoom account. The other way this works is any Zoom meetings on your schedule in your calendar can be joined at the time of the meeting with your Echo Show. The way you'd use this is you would go into the settings and you would link your Microsoft, Google, iCloud or Microsoft Exchange account. And you would set your calendar settings so that you synced whatever calendars you want. And any meetings that are in your calendar, they do need to be in the official Zoom invitation format for them to work, for Alexa to be able to see those on your calendars and join those meetings. But once you have a Zoom meeting on your schedule, you can say, Alexa, join my meeting. I don't have any meetings.
I'm having trouble accessing your calendar.
I think this is great. I think it's nice to have other options for Zoom calls. This next update is for one of the most interesting Echo devices. It is the Echo Flex. And if you're not familiar with the Echo Flex, it is a compact Echo that plugs directly into the wall. It has a tiny speaker on it, but it can be connected to an external speaker with a cord or via Bluetooth. But the really interesting part about this is the USB on the bottom. Now this USB, you could use it to plug a cable in to charge your phone. Don't charge iPads or other things that require more power, but you could do your phone, or you could plug in accessories such as a motion sensor or an RGB nightlight. But the latest addition here is a clock. Now, if we power this up, this clock on the bottom is going to sync up to the time of the Echo. That's a look at it with the clock on here, and the clock will flip depending on your orientation. With this clock, you can see timers, you can see time, you can also see alarms on there. It really is convenient for something like a bathroom or a kitchen. You know, some place you'd like to have a clock, but you don't want a full-on Echo and the power cord, all that stuff eating up space. So check out the Echo Flex if you haven't. It's a great little device, especially with motion sensors and routines. With this next feature, Amazon introduced a tool to help look out for family members who may need assistance. It's called CareHub. CareHub gives you a way to look out for elderly or other family members that live on their own but might need additional support. CareHub gives a family member a way to contact an emergency contact for help with a phone call and a text if an emergency happens. To get help, you would say, Alexa, call for help.
You do not have emergency helpline or emergency contact set up. If this is a life-threatening situation, please dial 911 from your phone. Otherwise, to call your contact or a phone number, just ask me to make a call.
Beyond just calling for help, CareHub sets up communication tools for messaging, calling, drop-in, and intercom. CareHub can also be set up with notifications of when the Echo's first used during the day, or if it hasn't been used at all. The setup is easy. You can send an invitation to the other person and fall through the setup process. Really, I like the tool, how it can help with independence and still look out for a family member. This next one is great and comes in very handy. With the Echoes, it used to be that alarms and timers were only controllable from the device you were setting it on. So if I put a timer on here, I could only turn it off on here. That was horrible if a timer or alarm went off in another room or on another floor of the house. But now, you can set timers, set alarms, or turn off any of those on from another Echo. So if the alarm goes off on this one on the other side of the house, I can ask this one to turn it off. Very convenient for timers and alarms in my house. You can also do things like turn up the volume of another Echo or ask to play music on another Echo. My daughters taught me that when they turned my office Echoes up to full and then requested the Baby Shark song. I was definitely caught off guard. I'm trying to stop this weird Baby Shark song. It starts back up again. I try to stop it, and then it clicks. My kids are messing with me. They turn my own Echoes on me. You don't do that, man. You don't turn a man's tech on him. Another new feature allows some cell phone users to be able to link their phones to their Echoes. This year, Amazon introduced a partnership with AT&T. Now, if you're an AT&T customer, you can link your account to your Echoes. To do this, you'd go under the communication settings and then link the two accounts. Really easy to do. When you link the accounts, you can receive incoming calls on your Echo. So if you have a call coming in, it's going to announce on your Echoes who's calling if it's one of your contacts. Then if you want to answer it, you would say, Alexa, answer the call. and then your call is answered. One of the things I do like about this is you could turn the feature on or off by going into the app and choosing away. That way it doesn't ring if your phone's outside of the house. One of the other cool features are being able to create a routine that connects or disconnects your phone to your Echo. So if you are leaving the house, you could say, I'm away, and that routine is going to turn off that connection so your Echoes don't ring when you're outside the house. Or you can specify what hours you want your phone to be connected to your Echoes. So maybe you know you're home or near the Echoes during this time and you want to use it to answer your calls. Just specify those times. As for using the service itself, I don't have AT&T and can't check this out, but it does sound interesting. Also, if you're outside the US, I've heard there's other cell carriers that have similar setups as AT&T does here in the States. Next is Group Drop-In. Drop-In allows you to make a direct two-way connection between two Echoes. So if I make a drop-in to this Echo, it's connected automatically. There is no answering the call. It is a direct connection. This feature is available for groups now. When you make a group call, anybody in the connection can speak to each other. If you want to initiate a group call, you can say, Alexa, drop in everywhere. Or you can drop in on device groups that you've made within the Alexa app, such as my living room group or the office group. If there is more than one Echo in a group, only one will respond. Another great update this year is being able to play Netflix on the Echo Show. With the Echo Shows, you can say, Alexa, open Netflix.
Here's Netflix.
When Netflix opens up, you then sign in. There you go. When you're signed in, you see the very familiar Netflix interface that you're used to with watch lists, things that are popular, you recently added, your list, all the great stuff there. You can ask for specific shows when you're logged in. I like that there's another popular option for media. Alexa Guard saw an update this year with Guard Plus. Guard Plus is a new subscription service that gives you 24 access to emergency helpline, smart alerts of possible activity. You get sounds to deter people such as dog barking or a siren. Yeah, just a little extra layer of protection. This service is $4.99 a month or $49 a year. But if you pay for Ring monitoring for $10 a month, you get these features included. 2020 was another good year of updates from Amazon. I am curious to see what this next year is going to bring. But what's your favorite feature from 2020? Next, make sure to check out this video over here for some great uses for your Echo. I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. Bye.